Hey guys, welcome. So today I'm going to be talking about how to export food to the USA so that they are not seized by the US Customs or the FDA, the two agencies that will typically handle any food import. So I'm going to give you the detailed things that you need. Now, why is this important? You see, I have seen many African businesses that have suffered massively because they did not follow the right process in exporting food. So let me give you an example. I was in my office one time, just sitting down there. We're about to ship a very large shipment out of the US, and a lady called me from nowhere. I was so busy, my table had a lot of paperwork. You know, when you are doing air freight, you always have a lot of paperwork to submit to customs. And the lady called me. She was so desperate, you know, listening to her voice. She said she just moved into the USA from Nigeria, was in California, and was trying to start a food business, bringing in food products. Basically, she was trying to start an African store. She sent money to her brother back home, about I think $5,000. The brother bought so many things, about 350 kilograms of shipment, and shipped it to the USA. As soon as the items got to the USA, the US FDA seized the whole items, right? And she was asking me what to do. So I told her, look, send me the shipping documents that I used to ship the items. And she emailed it to me right there on the spot while we were on the phone. And as I was looking at it, I told her, look, ma'am, there's really not much you can do. The FDA is going to seize these items. You don't want to be in a situation whereby you invest so much in products, in shipping, and you have them seized by the US FDA. Obviously what you don't want to do. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you guys a lot of free items to help you, especially those of you who are trying to start an export business. I'm going to show you in-depth training that I do for many businesses. There are so many businesses all over Africa that call me and they say, hey, we want to go into export. Teach us how to do it, right? I'm going to show you how to find buyers. I'm going to show you in-depth ways of how to do your documentation. I'm going to show you how to set up your Amazon account. And for those who watch this video for free, at the end, I'm going to give you a link that you can go to get this. It's actually worth about $2,000, but I'm going to be giving it for you for free just for watching this video. Now, let's go back to the right way to export food products in 2024. Now, one of the things you need to notice is that there has been an increase in the number of food seizures by US Customs and FDA. And why is this happening? It's simple. A lot of Africans are now moving to the USA, and what you see is that a lot of you back home, you are now shipping more and more items into the USA. Before, where you were shipping maybe 2 kg or 3 kg, you now have families and friends that are there who are asking for more items, and you are now shipping 20, 30, 40, 50 kg of items to them at once. The problem is that when you begin to ship in larger volumes, you cross the line between personal and commercial shipment. The process required for you to do commercial shipping, it's way different from that required to do personal shipping. And this is where a lot of you get it wrong. You need to know the right process when you are doing commercial shipment. There are things that you need to do. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I basically help African businesses find buyers in the USA for any product that you're trying to ship. In doing this, we have developed a system that I call the PSS system, and this system works very well for you to start your export business. In fact, it deals with a lot of things, right? Now, I'm going to explain it briefly in the context of showing you how to export to the USA, because one of the things I have seen is that a lot of you who are trying to start an export business, trying to start shipping to the USA, a lot of you are shipping items that nobody wants to buy. I have seen many instances of people who have shipped items to their brothers and friends, and some have even rented warehouses in the USA. They ship those items there, and at the end of the day, nobody buys it. And that's why the PSS system is very important. The first one, the P, is for preparation. Before you go into export, there are 3 key things you must understand. You must understand what I call the profitability analysis. if the product that you're trying to export is going to be profitable. And one of the things I do, if you check the link below in this video, I'm going to put a link to where you can learn more about the profitability analysis. And I think I'm going to be shooting a new video where I describe it more in depth. Now, the profitability analysis will take your product and show you if it is profitable. Whether you're shipping it via air or sea, it takes a look at it. It takes a look at the dimensions, the weight, the price you should sell it. Depends on where you're selling. If you are selling to African stores, if you are selling on Amazon, there are different pricing configurations that you need to use. Make sure you click the link to watch that video. It's a very interesting video. Let's go in depth into what you need to do to ship your food items. Once you've determined what you are shipping, number one is that you need to make sure you have your commercial invoice. And in the link below where I told you that at the end of this video, if you watch it till the end, I'm going to send you a link where you can get so many items free. That link, I'm going to send you samples of what a commercial invoice looks like for food. Make sure you have your commercial invoice. Commercial invoice will tell the US Customs where the item is coming from, the value, and obviously how much duty you have to pay. You need to be careful of the HS code when you are preparing your commercial invoice. The HS code is what tells the customs people the percentage that they are going to charge you for the items that you are bringing in. So again, commercial invoice is the number one thing that is important. Now, the second thing when you are shipping to the USA is your packing list. Now, what is a packing list? A packing list is quite similar to the commercial invoice, but it basically describes the key things that are in your packaging. So, for example, if you are shipping ginger in one pack, you're shipping cashew nuts in another, and you're shipping maybe honey in a third box, those boxes must be labeled correctly. This box is ginger, this is cashew, this is honey, and the details of the labeling, the size of the box, the weight and everything must be in your packing. Very important. That is probably the first thing that customs will look at when they want to inspect your shipment. So for example, you have a commercial invoice and you have palm oil, and you did not label the type of oil, so customs don't know what type of oil it is. Most instances, they will want to go and physically inspect that shipment. And when they go, they want to look at the packing list and know that this particular oil that they are looking for is in this particular box, so that they don't have to start opening up all your items. Now, having a good packing list is very critical. A lot of people underestimate the importance, but I can tell you it can save you a lot of stress. So we've had shipments that US Customs have held, and what they typically do is, say we have like 20 different boxes that we shipped, and they're interested in one particular box. Maybe they want to run tests on it, FDA is interested in it. Because we have our packing list done correctly, what they will typically do is that they will hold just that one box and they will release the remaining 19 boxes. And you don't want them holding your whole shipment. If they hold your whole shipment, what is going to happen? You're going to be paying increased demurrage to the airline or the shipping line, whoever it is that is with your shipment. Take note of that. Right? You want to make sure your packing list is done accurately. Now, what else is important when you are shipping food? FDA. You must have your FDA food facility registration, and I'm going to put a link down below where I talk more on the FDA food facility registration. It's very important. So what is the FDA food facility registration? It's just a registration that you do with the US FDA that identifies the location of your business, where you are shipping from, where you are packaging, where you are processing your food products. And the reason they want to know is that if that particular food product that you brought into the USA for any reason should be contaminated, they can trace it down to where it is being made and then work with the government there to deal with the problem. Right? So again, it is important. And when you have your FDA food facility registration, the details is going to be on the airway bill, but that's not the most important thing. You see, this is where a lot of people get it wrong. When you are shipping food to the USA, you have your FDA food facility registration. There's what you call pre-alert. You must notify the FDA at least 48 hours before the item leaves. You need to understand the FDA process. It's so important. Why? Because if you have your items held once, there is a probability that they will always hold it another time. There's what they call the FDA watch list. There's what they call the red list, and so many things. I talk more about that in my video on FDA. I'm going to put the link on that video in the description. So once you have your FDA, the next thing you're going to need to be sure you have is your AGOA process. My lectures are for mainly Africans, but anybody in the world can use this series to know how to export. Now, the US has a legislation called AGOA, African Growth and Opportunity Act, that allows you to ship over 6,000 items, including food, into the USA absolutely duty-free. Now, I always recommend every small business should tap into this, and it's very easy. If you want to ship via AGOA, the thing you need is to have your certificate of origin. It's just the extra document you need. That tells the US Customs that this particular item is coming from a specific country, right? And then they will mark that item depending on what the instructions. And again, you need to let your customs broker, whoever is going to do the clearing in the USA, know that you want to claim AGOA. There's a section they fill in the US Customs entry form. They put a letter D there. They will waive the duty for you. So those are the key documents if you are trying to ship food into the USA. Now, again, it depends on the type of food that you're shipping. Now, we are just talking about simple foods, right? We're not talking about fish and wildlife, because when you go into some more complex food, the US Department of Agriculture may come in, depending if you're shipping wildlife and some of those things, the US Fish and Wildlife Services may come in as well. I'm not going to be talking about that. I will deal with those issues in another video, but for now I'm talking about various simple food items, dry food, spices, those type of things. It's only the FDA that is going to be involved, and again, they are involved when you have commercial shipments. Now, a lot of people will be asking, how do I differentiate between commercial and personal? In the US Customs book, there is no clear definition as to what is commercial and what is personal, right? So that you know if you have to get your FDA food facility and all that. But what I have determined based on experience that blurs the line between commercial and personal volume of shipment, just assume personal is food that you are shipping that will feed a family of 4. The standard US family size, mother, father, and 2 kids. If it is personal, it's typically something that is going to feed a family of 4. 20 kg of maybe cassava flour may be personal, but 20 kg of pepper is not going to be personal. How many people are going to eat 20 kg of pepper? So again, you need to note the difference, right? Just use that definition that if it's something that is going to feed a family of 4, it's personal. Once it's more than that, class it as commercial and make sure you have your FDA food facility registration. Most of the information that you need are going to be down in the link below. Click them. You're going to have access to so many things. You don't want to be shipping products to nowhere. No, you want to have people who are going to be receiving the products. You want to have channels that you're going to be able to sell it. And that's why we help African businesses to offer them warehousing services in the USA. What does this warehousing service do for you? It's part of our PWS system. Now we're talking about the last S, which is the sales system. And in the sales system, what happens is simple. We give you knowledge of how to take those foods to the USA, sell it on Amazon, sell it directly to buyers who may come into your website or they ask you on social media. As you put it in the warehouse, we're able to dispatch it for sale on Amazon. So again, the PWS system is a solid system. We've developed it over 3-4 years now, and it is working. It is helping many businesses who are ready to take their export business to the next level. I'll summarize it again. Make sure you have your commercial invoice, your packing list, your FDA food facility registration, then a bunch of other things that I've already talked about in the video. For example, if you want to go with AGOA, you want to have them to enter the USA duty free, make sure you have all those things. Okay, my goal is simple: to help African businesses expand their products and do very well in the US market. There's a link on the screen that you're going to be seeing. Follow that link, and I'm going to give you for free training materials that is worth over $2,000. So what are you going to get when you follow that screen? I'm going to teach you how to go depth into preparing your commercial invoice and your packing list. I'm going to also give you samples of your commercial invoice, samples of your packing list. So all you do is just take them, modify them, and boom, you have something that you can use for yourself that US Customs FDA will not have issues with. Now, I'm also going to show you in a free training 7 key ways to find buyers in the USA. These trainings are amazing. These are trainings that I charge about $1,000 to companies to just come in and teach them for a few hours, but I'm going to give it to you absolutely free. I'm going to show you how to set up your Amazon account for free, the right way, so that you have no issue. Every African SME should be selling on Amazon. You need to, because it opens up a lot of opportunities for you. We've had people who we put on Amazon, and then we've had businesses who see their products on Amazon, they reach out to them, and today they are doing massive business with them. So the next thing is my weekly mentorship session, right? I now offer a weekly session where, as an African SME, you can join the training and ask me any question, any issues you have about exporting, and I will answer them, right? So there's also my master class on Amazon. Amazon is key. I'm going to put you through a master class where I show you some of the key things you need to do to make it big in Amazon. Now, the biggest thing that I have for you is we will also let you use our US warehouse free for 45 days, right? So you're going to be able to send products to the warehouse absolutely free for 45 days. And within that period, as people are buying your product, we will help you dispatch it to them. It saves you a lot of money. I have a separate video that I'm going to be talking about that. It's an amazing video. It shows you so many things, the reason why you need to have your products warehoused in the USA. Let me just give you a little example. If you have, say, 30 buyers in the USA every month, and you are paying $50 to ship items to each of these people, if you have a warehouse, you pay for maybe $29 for the space that we're going to give you in that warehouse, right? And then you can use ocean shipment or bulk cargo shipping. For ocean, probably $100 for the space, right? For bulk cargo, maybe $300, $400, $500, compared to almost $1,500 sending it via priority all the time. So you can see how much you can save. You can easily save thousands of dollars by tapping into the US warehouse. Like I said, we'll give it to you 45 days. And I'll also send you, well, you just have to pay for the shipping, 2 free books, right? One is 50 profitable products you can sell on Amazon that you can start selling right away. And the other is more about licensing and export and everything you need if you're going into export business. These materials are available on the link below. Sign up and enjoy over $2,000 worth of free shipping. So a lot of people are using the processes that I have set up, and they are making money. We've had people who go from $0 to $50,000, $60,000 in 3-4 months using the processes that we have set up. Tap into it. Right now, before I close, remember when I started, I told you about the lady who called my office, shipped about 350 kilograms of products that got seized. Listen, it's important for you to know the right thing. After I looked at her document, I discovered that she has just 3 options. Number 1 is for them to allow the FDA to seize the items. Now, if the FDA had seized that item, remember she spent about $5,000 to buy the product. It cost her about $4,000 to fly it in. That means she would have lost close to $9,000. It's not a good option. Now, number 2, for them to ship it back, she would have spent $5,000 buying, $4,000 shipping, and probably another $4,000 to ship it back. That's $13,000. And if she ships it back, she's able to sell it and recover her $5,000. Lost about $9,000, which is also not a good option. And the third option she had would have been to tell them to put it on storage while she processes the documentation. Because in this particular case, the FDA officer gave her the option of getting the facility registration. But again, when I looked at her documentation, she had so many different items from different people, meaning that she's going to need to probably get FDA food facility registration for multiple products. And that will take time. 350 kilograms at a storage of $2 per kg per day is about $700 in storage every day. Multiply that by, say, 30 days it will take her to get the item. That means she will pay close to $21,000 just to store items worth $5,000. So again, none of the 3 options worked for her. I think she finally led them to just destroy the items, and that is it. So again, knowing the right way, the right process, how to have your commercial invoice, your packing list, how to find buyers Yes, all these things I'm giving you for free in the link below. Click on it and sign up. A lot of African businesses, you delay too much. You cannot be big unless you start. You have to start to grow big, right? So take the leap. Make sure you join this free training that I have. Nothing in your life will change until you take action. Africa has massive potential, right? A dream will never become a reality until you take action. That was Colin Powell. You know, he said, no dream becomes a reality by dreaming. It becomes a reality by dedication and hard work. And that's what I advise all of you to do. So again, thank you for watching. I wish you all the best. Together, I always say it, we can increase the wealth of Africa. I'll see you in my next video.